This isn't gonna work well.
It's fun.
Sometimes he's naughty. Sometimes he's nice. But every time he's Dirt Guy. It's Dirt Guy Drive Time with your host, Dirt Guy.
Hey everybody, welcome to Dirt Guy Drive Time. Well, I call it Dirt Guy Drive Time, but not exactly driving right now. Nope, I'm actually just sort of sitting here in my driveway at home, concluding a very interesting chain of events I thought I would share with you. Rather than talking about this whole, V thing, the CV, I got some stories to tell you that started Tuesday night, I guess. First of all, we've been dealing with this whole possibility of getting locked down here in Riverside County, LA County, Orange County, California, as people panic over Billy Bob's CV attack. But anyway, that doesn't concern us now. What does concern us is that I had a day at work on Tuesday that we talked about. And then I came home, and normally when I walk in the door, the dogs are going crazy. They're just losing their minds on me. So I'm looking at my neighbors right now. Yep, just sitting in my truck, talking to my camera. You don't see that every day. I'm delirious. Where was I? Oh yeah, I walked in the door. So I walk in the door, and the dogs just lose their mind. And we have this routine where I put all my work stuff down, and then I go over on the couch, and I go, "Dog pile on Dad," and they all jump on me. They're licking me and everything. It's a good time. It's a nice thing to come home to. Generally after that, I get up and I go kiss the wife, and then we do whatever we're going to do. Well, on a Tuesday night when I came home, she goes, "Go ahead and say hi to the dogs, and then there's something I need to tell you." What are you going to tell me? You're leaving me. My parents died. The house burnt down. It was very serious. Like something terrible was about to happen. And so I immediately was going through the laundry list in my head of all the crap that was going to happen, that she was going to tell me. What would she possibly be telling me? And I said, "Screw the dogs. You got to tell me." And she goes, "The water heater's leaking." Okay. That is not even in the ballpark of what I was thinking she was going to say. I thought for sure, somebody took all of our money out of the bank. The sheriff came by today with a warrant for your arrest. I mean, these are the stories I was hearing in my head, but no, it was just the water heater's leaking. In her mind, that meant we lost the water heater, and because it was on the floor, it was actually snaking its way through the hobby room, which doesn't work for us, baby. But, so I go out there and, because she's thinking if we lost the water heaters, like millions of dollars to fix it. We don't have millions of dollars. We don't have like $2. And with the impending layoff coming, so I went out there, this little stream going through the hobby room, which was very exciting stuff. And then I traced it down, and then, but it was at the top of the water heater. There's a test gauge. It tests the water pressure of the deal. And it was leaking. So I just shut that bad boy off, went to Lowe's, bought me a little plug, plugged it in, boom, water heater fixed. I felt very accomplished that I was able to do that. So that was totally awesome. And then life went on its very merry way. And that was Tuesday night, all right? So Wednesday I go to work, and for some reason I'm a little off yesterday at work. I think I'm kind of worried about the whole whatever, and I get this call from my boss. He goes, "Are you alone?" "Yes." "Steve, this is a dark day at our company." Now, he paused for about a half a breath. But that pause lasted, I don't know, about a weekend for me. It just kept going on and on. I was getting ready like, "What are you about to tell me?" See how that pause is just awkward? That's what he did. And, I guess I'm giving the story away because I'm smiling right now. Or I'm just delirious, delusional. Hey, more neighbors. Whatever. And he proceeds to tell me that because our job's up north being shut down and stuff, they got to lay off 13 people off our company. And I'm like, And because, I don't make a whole lot of money, but I believe as a superintendent in the field, I believe I'm the highest paid, and rightly so. Thank you very much. I got the most experience. I'm 57 years old running the biggest job in the company. I think it's only fair, by the way. But even still, companies don't think like that when they're going to lay people off. So I was a little nervous. He goes, but I want you not to worry. Your team is safe. My team is safe. Is this American Idol? Steve, you're safe. Oh, thank you. I get to play the next round. Gee, Merry Christmas. So that was exciting stuff. And then, so again, the panic, the worry in the back of my mind, hard to focus on what I'm doing at work. I'm just sprung that way. A lot of you guys aren't. A lot of you guys are like, whatever, that's 2 weeks off work for me. I love it. I got money in the bank. What do I care? I care. It didn't work for me. So I cover that and I get back to work. So I'm working away, and I get a text from my boss. He goes, actually, my project engineer, the guy he basically moved to the U.S. with from India as well, also works for our company as a project engineer. And the text said that the other guy was one of the people laid off. Make sure Mr. P knows. He's going to make sure our project engineer knows. And so what you're saying is the dude's best friend just got laid off from the company. Not my doing, but I'm the one that's got to break the news to him. Thank you for that. Thank you for that responsibility, but I'm not asking for a raise or promotion. I promise you. So I brought my PE in there and I said, hey, close the door. And when I told him close the door, he was having one of those moments like I had with my wife and with my boss. He's like, what is this, Steve? I'm like, they laid off a bunch of people today and your buddy was one of them. And it was interesting because he hadn't really thought much of this whole CV thing going around at all. He says, I don't pay attention to the news. But in that moment, when I told him why, he got a little panicky. I could see it in his eyes. And so he was thinking I was getting ready to tell him he was gone. And so I assured him. Matter of fact, I told him that I don't want anybody on my team to be let go of, but the last two out the door would have to be myself and him. The project engineer plays an effective role. I mean, an important role on the job. If he does it right, we lean on him. And then as lead superintendent, there's no one else out there that could assume my role on my team, but I could assume their role. So it's just the unfortunate reality of it. So that was weirdness as well, frankly. So then I finally, I got out of my workday. I'm like, deuces. And so I drove home. Again, it took me an hour and 10 minutes instead of 2.5 or 3 hours. So all of that's surreal. I get home. I just decided I'm going to work on my railroad for a while. And I did. I was hard to concentrate though, because I'm angry about some things and that work and stuff that I'll share with you later. But, so then, Cindy Brown, the queen of everything, my wife and I decide we're going to go to bed. All right. Cause it's bedtime. And frankly, I gotta get up early in the morning, 3:30 a.m. and go to work. So, we were out in the garage. I walked in from the garage, turned off the lights. And then as I was walking up the stairs, I heard my security alarm beeping. I'm like, what is that? And I went over and I looked at the screen and the screen was blank. What could that be? So I pushed on it and it brought up a temporary screen and it basically said there's no power to it. There's no power to my security system. How's that even a thing? So I'm like, babe, I think we tripped a break or some kind of way. And so, but by then I'm already in my pajamas. So I went outside and checked all the breakers. They all seemed like they were on, frankly. And so we just turned the volume down and I went to bed. We were tired. This morning, then I forgot about it. All right, I didn't even dream about it. So I fell asleep and I got up in the morning and I heard that beep, beep, beep sound. So I decided I can't leave this like this for my wife all day until I get home and fix it. So I unplugged it, plugged it into an extension cord, put it in another outlet. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Then I decided I was going to go use the restroom. And whilst using the restroom, the facilities, I was trying to look at stuff on my phone and my Wi-Fi was down. Why is my Wi-Fi down? What happened to my Wi-Fi? Then I realized Wi-Fi has got an outlet that it plugs into outside my house. And I'm like, the GFI tripped. Boom, I can fix that and head off to work. No, I replaced that GFI, as it turns out, with something else. So it wasn't the GFI. So I'm like, whatever. So I get an extension cord and I run it out to that thing, plug it in, boom, Wi-Fi is back online. And everything is grand. But then I had this thought, if that's not working, and then I came back outside and my address sign is illuminated, but it wasn't illuminated. And so I'm doing this thing in my head, all these things are working. I'm not certain I want to go to work and leave it like that. And frankly, I'm glad I didn't. I went, got my voltage tester, tested all the circuits coming off my panel, and there was a dead circuit. I'm like, but the breaker's on, but it's dead. But the breaker's on, but it's dead. After I got done arguing with myself, I turned the circuit breaker all the way off, all the way back on, and the light right next to me came on. Everything was grand. I'm like, well, that's awesome. So then I walked past the temporary lighting in my garage, and I flipped the switch to turn on the garage lights, and I heard a... By now it's 4:45 in the morning. That can't be good. And shut everything down, took apart the light switches, and it's the one that turns on the lights above my my layout, and the light switch some kind of way just fried. And so that was weird. Okay, so I took the switch out of the circuit and everything came back on. It was groovy. Wi-Fi is going, security system's going. And so I still think maybe I can get to work. And then I get a call from my assistant superintendent saying, hey, I'm going to be late for work. I said, oh, well, me too. He said, no, it's weird. It's like all of a sudden my battery just died. And so in that moment, I'm thinking, wait a minute. The water heater thing, the CV thing. Yesterday I found out they closed the city of Orange County, and then found out that they rescinded the order. And with all that going on, I got some bad omens. So I just decided, screw it. I stayed home. I worked from my house. And the most ironic thing is I got so much work done up there before I came out to talk to you guys. So anyway, those are just some weird stories, just something different. I don't even know if it's entertaining or not, but it's where I am in my life right now, in my little vlog. So I'm actually looking around outside the windows like I'm in traffic. I'm not in traffic. I'm not even moving the steering wheel right now. Well, I was right there, but I'm not moving the steering wheel. So that's a day in the life of a couple days, actually. So it's getting close. It's getting close for me to pull off the freeway. Oh, wait, I'm on my driveway. And I don't know. I think I'll go to work tomorrow. I think I'll actually to the job site. It's Friday. What the hell? And then on the way home, we'll have a normal Dirt Guy drive time, I hope. But until then, my name is Steve Brown, and we'll talk to you later.